Good morning and welcome to Presence of Light with Charlie Riverman Bergeron. It's always a joy to be here on Friday mornings. This morning being no exception, except that I slept late and I've had a week of rebuilding or restructuring my computer because it crashed. So bear with me. It's just been one of those weeks where you look at life and you say, what? And I'm sure many of you are experiencing this on many levels. And so that's why in the last few minutes of just trying to bring show notes through and guidance, et cetera, for this talk, it's just, let's just take a deep breath and know that together we are all a part of this divine light awareness. And what is divine light awareness that we need to tap into? Not seeing anyone on the sideline, which could be because of the way I've reset the computer. I don't know, but I'm going to continue anyway and not overly worry about it. We'll straighten this all out down the road. So as I show up in this, Anita, bless your heart. It's been, and I'm just going to go back a moment. It's just been such an exasperating week for me, energetically, which is emotionally, to every day bring forth light, peace, light, and love to everyone, and yet on a personal level deal with an immense amount of inner chaos. And I really don't say that to look, I'm not asking for, I'm not seeking pity. I'm not trying or, people to feel bad for me. What I'm understanding is how everybody feels this in some way. It's not just me. And I look at it as it's being presented to me in order for me to step into my higher self and do something about it. That the message is very clear that when this is happening, it's a signal to say it's time for change. And how do we change when we are in the state of confusion? How do we stay calm when things are just blowing up around us, that everything we touch is going haywire? And it's not us that's doing this. It's not somebody attacking us from the outside. It's not us on a self-destruction mission. So the message this week, as I thought about it this morning, was it's about divine light awareness. And the first card I think that I pulled was this beautiful galaxy here. This beautiful galaxy has just a simple name of NGC 449. And the card is divine light. And I mean, that was my message. And so the message, as I tapped into it, is here we are almost at the end of 2020. We're in the last month of 2020. And what a year this has been for all of us. This has not been an easy year for anyone. That we're all experiencing something that's challenging us on some level of our beingness. And yet, even though we don't know what's coming next, or, what might happen next. Perhaps this is exactly the moment that we've been waiting for. When we think of that which we've been waiting for, we think of something, grand and spectacular, and everything is beautiful and wonderful. Because that's what we seek. We seek that. But what if the moment we have been waiting for is really the moment that everything explodes within us? And all our stories are just scattered. All our ideology is just splattered on the wall. And we have to start over again. What if that moment is really a moment of new beginnings and letting go of old ways, old thoughts that are not going to fit into a new presence of who we are? Divine light awareness, this beautiful galaxy. And the galaxy card says, the light of my spirit glows with his love. Everything is one in this light. So here we are, oneness again. What does oneness mean? How can we imagine bringing 8 billion people into oneness? The truth is, we already are in oneness. We're a race of beings called humanity. And in humanity, that's our oneness. It's just we don't act it. We don't respect it. We don't honor it. So the key for all of us now is to really deepen into who we are and relearn how to pull that light back into our awareness. Most of the time you hear me talking about bypassing your mind and coming into your heart. And that's what I'm hearing this morning. Once we have it in our heart, where does it go from there? It goes out to the world, but we also need to send it back to the mind. So instead of going from mind to heart, we're going from heart to mind, but with that new presence of light, with that new understanding. And this galaxy NGC 4449, is running out of gas. It's a starburst. It's called a starburst galaxy. And it's running out of gas. It's about 3 billion years old, and it's probably got maybe enough gas in the atmosphere to create stars and live as a galaxy does, because it's running out of gas. And so too, when I read that about what a starburst galaxy was, I realized, isn't that us? We're running out of gas. I don't mean gas in your car. I'm talking about the energy to keep going. We're wearing down. We're wearing down. All of what's happening around us in the world is really bearing down on us. And it's, for me anyway, making it very challenging to rise up in a positive aspect. And we have so many people wanting, to have us give them their answer. And we don't even know what our own answer is. And we try. Because each of you that are listening to me, I know who you are. You're beautiful souls. who are trying your best to be the best that you can be. It doesn't matter whether you're achieving it or not. The desire comes from your heart. And everything is racing around us at super high speeds and energy. And we're feeling stuck in place. So the divine light is similar to the light of the universe, the stars, the suns, where do we look to see light? And when you say, what is real powerful light? Well, you don't look at a match. You realize that, well, the light in that match has power. But if you look at the sun, how much more power does that have? When you look at the universe, what's outside? What's larger, that larger light? This is where we're going to receive the energy, is through this greater vision of light within us. And bring that light in. And look deeper into ourselves. For where is that light and spirit coming together? The spirit, the spiritual essence of who we are. So we all have some sense of spirit. And we all have different stories about spirit and where it comes from and what it is. But it doesn't matter what the story is. It's a natural part of our beingness. It's an energy. You can't grab it and hold it. You can't build something with it. Yet it's the force, the creative force within each of us that's truly powered by light. And it's how everything in creation becomes an abundance through expansion and creation. So it doesn't matter as we go through this transitory period in our evolution, what name we put to all of this, or what practice we utilize in order to align with this awareness of divine light. The key is to make an attempt. And that led me to the phrase, or my guides planted it in my head, seek and ye shall find. An amazing, powerful statement in the Bible. It's a well-known biblical phrase. It doesn't matter what religion you are, you've heard this. And perhaps in your own practices of spirituality, you've heard it said in different ways. But the message is seek and ye shall find. And it's only one little part. If we don't seek, if we don't actually yearn or desire something, even if it comes to us, we won't recognize it. It can hit us up the side of the head and we just won't notice it because we're not focusing on any of our energetic attention out there. So it's like it's like a radio station. If you are looking for a radio station with the music you like to hear, you will seek and you will find it. And if you don't, you scan through and just keep pushing the button and the button, you'll keep going and going, and you may hear it, you may not hear it, you may pass by it, and then you'll just give up. Say, oh, the heck with it, I'm not even going to listen to the radio. This is who we are. This is where we're humans. This is what we do. So the desire is the seeking, desiring to know ourselves, desiring to know the divine beings we indeed are, while we exist in these mortal bodies. The desire to take time to find your inner light and bring that light from your heart, which collects it, to your conscious awareness in your mind. And it's in its wording, it's relatively simple. And in its practice, it doesn't have to be as dramatic as we make it out to be. But we're drama queens. The world is a stage and we're merely the players. And as long as we keep that attitude instead of saying, no, I am the spirit embodied that works together with the spirit of nature, that works together with the spirit of the universe, and that which is beyond my comprehension. And we are all part of a wholeness, a much larger beingness. If we can't reach those, then we will always remain in these little singular shells of physicality with our struggles, with our tales of woe, with our continually perpetrating violence against each other, on our path of self-destruction. And that's really all it is. It's just this lack of understanding our divine light and making it something we can't reach. We can't do that. We're just humans. We can't do that. I'm here to say you can do that. Each one of us can do that. I can do it. You can do it. And as I say, I'm going through this just like you. And it's not easy. It's not comfortable. So before I go on with this, I'm going to see who's here. And we have good mornings. Good morning, beautiful beings. You see the beautiful painting behind me. Yes, I was given that years ago. And somebody told me it's Krishna. And I don't know if he's the chariot driver or he's in the chariot, but yeah. So I look at that picture is exactly of what I'm talking about. We have to, the carriage is us. This physical body is the carriage, but who are we in that carriage? And where is that carriage going? And where is the driver taking us? We're all of that. And it's time now to follow the easiest path through the wilderness on our journey. And that's what it is. It's a grand journey. Oh, good morning from Brisbane. The video here is frozen. Well, I'm sorry. I can't do anything about frozen videos. I have computers that just blow up or freeze up, and we're all in this together. This is technology, and it has no spirit whatsoever, believe me. Linda, blessed morning to each and every one of us. Celebrate the beauty of the earth, walking in reverence in each step. And I'm going to get to the earth in a minute. There's a part that comes up about the nature these are angel cards that I picked. Yeah. Soul searching. Yes, we are soul searching, Linda. This is really amazing to understand a bittersweet symphony that was that unfortunately a lot of people had to suffer and die. Yeah. So compassion is where that brings in compassion. How do we have compassion and express compassion for those who are dying? How is our light beneficial to those who are in need, whether it be us personally or those who are suffering greater sufferings? And knowing and coming back into the presence of light that we are, that divine light awareness. I'm saying if there's nothing else I can do today, I can offer my blessing to somebody. And it doesn't matter whether it's somebody in my own household or somebody hundreds or thousands of miles away. It's just taking the awareness of pain and suffering in others and offering compassion. I've been doing a japamala every night for compassion on good of the whole, where we simply chant the mantra Om Mani Padme Hum and offer from our inner core, our hollow bone self, the divine light awareness that comes through us to those who are suffering. Knowing that we don't have to know them, we don't have to know how they're suffering. Just being those beacons of light and being willing to share it, irregardless of who, what, when, how. This is where, again, this is where we're tapping into that divine self. And I use the word divine, and I know that some people get offended by that. And I look and I say, well, I don't know what else to call it. It's like supernatural. It's beyond our human ability to comprehend. I had a discussion last night with, there was 3 of us who have had near-death experiences, and each one was uniquely different. Yet in each one of us, we came back not knowing per se what we were going to do, but determined to listen to our spirit self and do something and not go back until we've satisfied the mission. And so each one of you also have this opportunity without dying and coming back to fulfill something so amazingly positive within each of you that only you have the combination of gifts and energies to present to the world. Each one of you are unique. Yes, we're all the same. We're all human. We all have heads. We all have, Yet there's something uniquely special about each and every one of you. Each and every one of you have a signature. I'm going to call it an energetic signature. An energetic signature that only you can tweak and adjust to get it fine-tuned to the highest frequencies of your divine light presence. So first we need to become aware. It's the awareness. And then once we become aware that there is something, there's a spark, even if it's just a little spark. When you strike the match, there's a spark before it ignites. I know we don't use matches anymore. I kind of miss them. But that magic of that striking the match and it bursting into flame. This is where we're at. This is where we are as we leave 2020 and move forward. And so part of all that we're going through is if we can allow ourselves to see it as a gift, not a pleasant one, but one in which we are discerning better what doesn't work for us. And coming to the place of strength within us through the divine light, like this universe, before we run out of gas, and saying, I can do this. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it looks like right now. But all I got to do is tap into that light, that spirit, that connection, open my heart, bring it in here first, and then start feeding the brain. And the brain will follow. The brain, the mind, the consciousness is not the sovereign being. You, as the light embodied in this physicality, is the sovereign being. 3 more cards I pulled. Probably go on a little extra here, a few minutes, but there was 3 cards I pulled, and I said, well, with all of this saying, I think I need some help from some angels. So I went to Kimberly Maroney's angel cards, angel blessing cards, and I just randomly picked one. And the first one I picked was, I don't know how this is pronounced, but I'm going to say Amarushaya. And let's see here, if you can see that. There, okay. And it's blessings. And I says, oh, perfect. That's the perfect answer. It's blessings. And then as I was putting the deck away, 2 more cards fell. 2 more cards fell. Nature. There's nature. And the third one was forgiveness. We have a triad. I've been guided to work in triads. The sacred geometric pattern of the triad. So here, my guides and angels once again speak. And the blessings, nature, and forgiveness rolled off and came through as the abilities, that we really need to deepen into. Can we offer blessings to others? Or are we going to stay disgruntled, angry, frustrated? Because when we offer somebody a blessing, we have to come from a place of wholeness within ourselves. That bowl of light, if you will, to make it truly effective. Blessings affect or facilitate our success. They facilitate our success as we offer them. And we receive them at the same moment. When you offer a blessing, you also receive it in the same moment. Think about that. You can't give it if you don't have it. And when you give it, you are in the moment of awareness that you have it to give. And in that moment, it blesses both of you. Blesses you and the person or persons you're giving it to. It's the synchronicity of the moment, the miracle of blessing. For in giving, we receive. So one of the keys to divine light awareness is to give what you want to receive. Nature, beautiful nature, Mother Earth has provided us with this great abundance to watch, to walk in, to dwell in, to embrace. And what is the story of nature? The story of nature is success. Yes, there are species that rise and fall, or trees that come and go. There's beings, all kinds of things have existed and no longer exist. Yet Mother Earth is a success story. Nature is a success story. It's a success story about adaptability, flexibility, the ability to overcome whatever is thrown at it and regenerate it itself. And what is that but a reflection of what is within us? And yes, we have this coronavirus, we have these diseases, we have these things. It's not unlike Mother Earth. Our physical body really is just like Mother Earth. It's just a different shape, a different form, different particles, but it needs to function in balance. And we, through the error of our thinking, harm both at the same time. So nature is the mirror. What we do to nature is what we're doing to ourselves. What we're doing to ourselves is what we are doing to nature. I don't think there's anybody can say, well, I'm really pleased with either one. I've got everything perfect. And bless you if you do, because I'd love to meet you. This is where, once again, we need to become aware of the presence of divine light within us and our ability to be it and our ability to send it and receive it. And the last word and the last card was forgiveness. Take a deep breath of forgiveness, because I forgive me. This is what the journey has been for me, is how do I forgive myself? Can I stop beating myself up? Can I stop punishing myself? Can I stop believing all of the things that I've been told from the time of my birth to 70 years old that were negative? Can I let them go and look beyond them and realize that most of those things that I came to believe about myself were said to me out of somebody else's misunderstanding? Many great truths are woven in there, but they were overwhelmed by the negativity that each of us has been told and still tell. And the sorry thing now is we are those storytellers to ourselves. How do we rise out of this negative self-storytelling? It doesn't work anymore. And if you're like me, you stop and you catch yourself doing it. And you go, oh my goodness, I'm doing it again. I thought I was beyond that. I thought I had let go of that. This is what's happening now. It's all rising up to be cleared. In order to clean and clear the world, we have to clean and clear ourselves. In order to clean and clear ourselves, we have to clear and clean the world. There is no separation anymore. This is what moving forward out of 2020 is really about, is to understand that the words we use about unity and separation are not what we think they are. They're far more evolved. And we've got to let go of selfishness and self-centeredness. And we have to forgive ourselves for that. And we can. The more we seek the divine light within us and around us and tap into that, the easier it becomes. So my final moments as I wrap it up. Nature helps us understand our physical relationships, not only in the world around us, but the world within us, by being a mirror. And forgiveness is to be for ourselves. At the same moment, we forgive others. Because we can't truly forgive anyone else if we can't forgive ourselves. It's a good attempt, but it's not really going to happen. Because when we do, both of us together, it becomes complete. It becomes wholly done, both WH holy and capital H holy. Because in that moment, the divine light comes out of awareness, out of our awareness, and shines in its purity without distortion. And in that moment, we have accessed our full potential. our full potential for beneficial change, our sense of wholeness becomes fully empowered. And the divine light is no longer something we're trying to become aware of, but we recognize that it's something we are. So as I speak to you and from my heart today, you are that divine light. And may your awareness of it become more and more clear. And what you do with that clarity, may it be not just in service to others for the sake of the ego, but may it be in service to you first. Knowing that as you come to that place of clarity, around the world, somebody else is. Can't have the sun shine down on your city and miss anyone. It shines on everyone. This is how light works. I love you. I thank you. I respect you. I am you. You are me. We are unity. We are light. We are light beings. Oh, I can't wait to read your messages on the side, and I thank you for showing up. And I thank you for being on this journey with me. And it's not just the journey of this talk or whatever it is I do here. It's this journey of life together now, as a whole, as family, as a family of light. I really and truly believe that. That's what we look like. That's what we look like right there. If you really want to look at us. Y'all have a great week. I'm glad that I got here. I'm glad that the computer worked. I'm glad that you all showed up. I wish you blessings for the week, and know that when things get rough, come back into that stillness. And the three messages were, I have to get the cards because I can't remember. Blessings, nature, and forgiveness. Those are your 3 words for the week. Love you. We'll see you next Friday, and bless you all from my divine self to your divine self. Aho.